Yeah. Welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live, Sunday morning edition. Yes. I hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Transformer, what's good, my man?
Man, not a dang thing. You know what I mean? Sunday morning, I'm alive. Thank God. Praise be to Allah.
Alhamdulillah. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right, man, but I'm not looking forward to this first main topic, but I guess we're going to have to do it. So, I'm not too happy about that one, but it is what it is. I know you've been waiting to enjoy that. So,
no. So I'm not going to say waiting to enjoy that.
For real?
That's a bit of a misconception right there.
Is? Oh, okay. I guess we'll see. We'll see once we get there and you start. You can't hold back the laughter as you're going through the topic.
But
that's okay.
I'm going to do the whole thing with a straight face.
You lying like LeBron now.
Nope. I'm just putting out fabricated stories like Jordan.
You know better, but we'll get to that. So we'll probably just chill for a couple minutes, wait for some people to get in the chat. But until we do that, y'all know what time it is. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept aware anytime we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you enjoy the content as you listen, make sure you give us a like, a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And write it down, put it in your phones, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the podcast and you want to help the show continue to grow, make sure you go ahead, click that join button, join the channel. We're going to have some exclusive content just for you. Pete Carroll, Raiders. So we've seen, and that's the first one we're going to discuss, but we're actually going to discuss 3 separate coaching hires. Well, got a number, right? Well, did we already talk about? We talked about
the DCs from Aaron Glenn and
okay, so we talked about that.
Ben Johnson. We talked about Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. We haven't talked about Liam Cohen, Mike Vrabel, Pete Carroll, and Brian Schottenheimer.
Yeah, that's Marty Schottenheimer's son.
Yeah.
Oh,
is it?
Yeah, that's his son. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Damn, Laker Nation. He's a savage.
Cali boy is different, boy.
Right. Because football is he mad because the 49ers are out. Okay.
Like, hey, why they top? Let's talk about what's happening in San Francisco.
Yeah. All right, so we'll start with what you see on the thumbnail, man. Pete Carroll was just hired as the Raiders' new head coach. And everyone's making a big deal out of this, that he's the oldest coach in NFL history. I think he's 73.
73, yep.
But here's the deal, though. Like, does this dude look 73 to you?
He don't act like he's 73 on the practice field.
Yeah, he's running around and moving. Like, he's one of those guys. He's an older guy that clearly stays active and is clearly still, very, very much involved. And so I think that, sometimes they say as you age, the more you do, it keeps you young, right?
Yeah.
And so you see a guy like Pete Carroll, man. First of all, for as much as he chews chewing gum, he must be really angry at it, man, because he chops on that thing like he's
stale.
Right?
Stale's gum.
I never seen somebody chew so hard. I'm like, damn, like he's really cool. But no, right, throw the sides up.
God damn, man.
Yeah, when Pete Carroll got fired from the Seahawks, a year ago, a lot of people thought that he wasn't going to get another job in the NFL because of his age and etc. But I kind of knew, Laker Nation, you're my guy. I kind of knew that Pete Carroll was going to get another job. This is a guy who is college national champion. Was he only one of 2 guys, right, to win a college national championship in the Super Bowl? Maybe 3. Did Barry Switzer win a college national championship with Oklahoma?
No.
Very short list, regardless.
I think he made it there. I don't think he won, though. Did he win?
Okay. Let's find out. But anyway, very short list of players who have ever won a college national championship and a Super Bowl. And so you look at a guy like Pete Carroll. Obviously, he went to the Super Bowl twice with Seattle. Had a great run as their head coach. Also had a great run as the USC head coach, and also did a great job when he left USC and came to Seattle in terms of building that team up and recruiting talent. Now, a big part of that was he had just come out of college. So most of the guys that he was drafting or involved in the drafting of were guys that he had tried to recruit to USC, right? Yep. So he kind of knew where the talent was, but you saw the longer he was in the league, the more that fell off, his ability to draft effectively. And that makes sense, right? Because you're away from recruiting it, right? Yep. You're not directly involved. So you see a guy like Pete Carroll, again, really good over his tenure with Seattle. Eventually that wore out. But now he's got, I think he's got a 5-year deal in, 5 years, he's going to be 78. But he's got a 5-year deal in with the Raiders in Las Vegas. But I think, to me, that's probably more of an effort to stabilize the team for the next guy. I don't know if they believe they can win a championship with him, but okay. Were we on the same page with that?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
110%. 110%.
Right. And I don't know if they're directly saying that, but they're like, okay, we get a big guy in here.
Placeholder.
Right, a placeholder, but a guy who
the next guy
can really coach, and when the time comes, the team will be in a good place. The only thing I'll say about that, and we got to be 100% honest here, right? Antonio Pierce got screwed. He got screwed royally, right? Because even if you look at it, the Raiders did not win a lot of games this year, but they were competitive in damn near every game. They went to Baltimore and beat the Ravens. But they were competitive in damn near every game, almost beat the Chiefs twice. I think it took like a blocked field goal in the first one for them for the Chiefs to get out of there with a win.
Yep.
And so we know that Antonio Pierce is a good coach, right? But you trade away Devontae Adams, okay, your number one weapon on offense. Yeah, you had Brock Bowers, okay, cool. But you trade away Devontae Adams, you could have had him and Brock Bowers. You go into the season basically making Antonio Pierce a lame duck coach because you ensured that he wouldn't have a quarterback. You left him to work all year with Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. Come on, man.
What am I supposed to do?
Man. Yep. Right. You could have drafted a quarterback, right? You could have drafted Michael Penix Jr. Well, I don't know.
I don't think they was that high.
Right. I don't think they were that high. But okay, you could have traded up and got him. You could have traded up and got Penix, right? Even if you wanted, let's just say Kirk Cousins. You could have done something to get this guy
a better quarterback situation. Quarterback. Give him a fair shake. Give him a fair shake.
There you go. Go ahead, man.
It's hard. It's hard for me to produce a show that I can do a great job of where I'm at when you don't give me the tools. If you was asking me to build a house and you gave me a hammer and a screwdriver and no wood, how am I supposed to build your house?
What I'm supposed to do?
What am I supposed to do? So yeah, man. Yeah, he was definitely screwed. I'm not finishing here and judge a coach when I don't give him the artillery to be great.
Yeah, for real.
That doesn't make sense.
Right.
And obviously, I'm showing you that I'm doing the best I can with what I got. You guys gave me a rookie. I made that guy runner-up for Rookie of the Year. I made that kid runner-up for Rookie of the Year. I put him in the system. I'm showing we could play through this guy. After you traded my former number one guy.
Right.
So he's gone. So cool. I got you a new number one just like that. Brock Bowers is a freaking surefire first team all pro, a future first team all pro. Boom. Give me a quarterback. Give me a weapon. Aiden O'Connell? Really? Gardner Minshew, the journeyman? Really? What do you want me to do with that, bro? Give me a quarterback, and if I don't succeed with that quarterback in the first 3 years, boom, you can get me up out of there. But at least give me a fair shake.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna have you run a military police company, but you don't get a taser, you don't get mace, you don't get pistols, you don't get a baton.
You get a floss.
Go out there and run that company. Make sure you do your job. What am I supposed to do here?
it's insane, man.
But
to Pete Carroll, like I said, I 100% agree with what you're saying. I feel like he's just a placeholder for now. Get a name in there. Maybe nurture the next coach. Maybe their OC or DC. Maybe the guy that they want. But give him a little bit more experience. Put him, put Pete Carroll in front of him. Let him learn from Pete Carroll, and then we may elevate this guy.
Maybe Pete Carroll's not thinking about it that way. Pete Carroll is going to be like, yo, I'm trying to hold this job as long as I can. Because he's got plenty of money, but obviously he loves coaching in the NFL, right? So
clearly he does. Because at 73, I'm on a boat somewhere
chilling.
73? I ain't got time for these guys, but that shows his love and dedication for football, and I can respect that so much, though. I never cheer for Pete because it's also
Oh my gosh.
He should not be named.
Push. Jesus Christ. All right, but no, here's the other thing, right? This is a weird situation because they hired Pete Carroll. They have no general manager. No, matter of fact, I'm sorry. They
got Chucky.
No, they just hired John Spytek as general manager.
Who you
so
talking
he's
about?
supposed to be good. The Raiders.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm thinking of the owner, Chucky.
Yeah, they just hired this guy, John Spytek. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what the Raiders actually do in terms of building a more competitive roster, because Pete Carroll's used to working with guys who can play, right? That's part of how Seattle got to be as good as they were. He built up a crazy defense. He had a young quarterback. He didn't put too much on him and ran the football. So, I don't get it. No, Snead, I agree. I don't think Pete Carroll is preparing the next coach. I think that the Raiders don't expect Pete Carroll to win a Super Bowl. He's preparing the organization for the next coach. I think that's maybe a better way to look at it. That's my thought on the Pete Carroll thing. It should be interesting, though. And now, you know what that makes me realize? Now you have maybe the best coach division in the NFL, the AFC West.
But all the old timers.
Pete Carroll, Jim Harbaugh, Andy Reid, and what's the last one? Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. There you go. How about
so you have 3 Super Bowl winning coaches in that division alone, and then Jim Harbaugh, a national championship coach.
They hold all the oldest quarterbacks in the league. I mean, oldest coaches. Yeah.
Andy Reid. Well, I don't know how old Sean Payton is. He probably.
Sean Payton. I think he about to be. He got to be in his 60s. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Regardless, though, that's a good one. I think that's a well-coached division, man. You're going to see some definite competition over there, man. Again, the Raiders they need to work together. Obviously, Pete Carroll in tandem with
61. 61.
Okay, there you go. With the scouts and that GM to build that roster up. That's got to be key. And I mean, that's key in any organization, but especially with a new coach coming in, and you know what his philosophy is going to be. They want a fast, agile defense, and I'm sure he's going to try to rebuild some reincarnation of the Legion of Boom. But obviously that's easier said than done, right? They had elite guys all over the place, especially in that secondary. So we'll see. So yeah, Pete Carroll is he's a new head coach of the Raiders. Thought that was interesting. So let's go to what's the next head coach you want to go to?
Let's go to where we currently sit.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This hire was kind of weird, man.
It was shady for Liam.
It was shady. That's right. Shady. He had some stuff going on that ain't cool.
It was a little controversy when it comes to his conversations with the Buccaneers. If you guys didn't know, he was the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Liam Cole, I'm sorry. He was brought over to Jacksonville, I believe last Tuesday for his first interview. I believe it was Tuesday. Correct me if my days are wrong. I believe he had his first interview Tuesday with the Jaguars' former GM, Bulkey. Trent Bulkey.
Yeah.
Trent Bulkey. That was left in disarray very, very fast as Liam got on that plane and said, "No, I am not coaching for this football team." Didn't say anything else, but the Jacksonville Jaguars immediately fired Trent Bulkey.
So real quick to that point, Transformer, look how many coaches they've lost out on because of Trent Bulkey, right? Remember the last hiring cycle before they hired Doug Peterson, what's my guy's name? Played quarterback in Marshall, Byron Leftwich, Super Bowl winning OC, right? He was in the running for the job, but he said he doesn't want to work with Bulkey. He wants to bring, he wanted his GM, and he didn't get the job because of Trent Bulkey. There's a number of candidates who pulled out, because of Trent Bulkey. They didn't want to deal with this guy. And finally, Shad Khan realized that and fired the guy.
You're the problem. You're the problem.
Right. You're the one keeping me from getting the coach that I want. But here's the interesting thing, right? I don't know if you were going to address this. The Rooney Rule, right?
Yeah, I was going to let you elaborate on that. Go ahead.
Okay. So check this out. The NFL's Rooney Rule mandates that NFL teams engage in a head coaching search, interview at least 2 minority candidates before they can hire someone. but we've seen people do slick stuff to get around it, right? So here's the deal. Robert Saleh, who is a minority, he's a Lebanese American, an Arab American. He was born in this country, but he former coach of the Jets this past season. He got fired, but anyway, he got interviewed. He had an interview, and so then for the second part of Rooney Rule, the Jags were going to interview Patrick Graham, former defensive coordinator of the Raiders, who's a black man. So they were going to interview him. That was going to be the second part of Rooney Rule. However, now we're finding out that it was basically phony, that they weren't really trying to interview Patrick Graham. They were just trying to satisfy the rule. How do we know this? Because Liam Cohen had the first interview with the Jags, and he was like, look, obviously the Jags were interested, but he was like, I don't want to work with Balky. Right. And that's when, to Transformers' point, they fired Balky and they said, hey, come on back. But now here's the thing. There's a couple of things going on here, which is crazy. Tampa Bay says, look, we're going to make you the highest paid OC in the league, offensive coordinator, $4.5 million a year, next 3 years. A lot of dough, right? Also, let's keep in mind, he clearly is a good OC. He helped Baker Mayfield to a career season this year, 4,500 plus passing yards, 41 touchdowns. Anyway, so they say, look, we'll make you the highest paid OC if you stay, but part of that is contingent on you not interviewing with the Jags, because they knew they didn't want to let him out of the building. They were trying to get his signature on his contract. So it's like, you can't go interview with the Jags. Cool. So he pretty much agrees, and then he goes dark 30 on the Bucks for a couple of days. Like, what the hell is going on? Turns out he's up here interviewing with the Jags. But now here's the problem. The Jaguars told him to keep it secret because they wanted him, but they said, don't let anybody know that you interviewed. Why? So that we can still interview Patrick Graham, comply with the Rooney Rule, and then we'll just hire you. So that's foul. So that means they're not actually giving Patrick Graham a fair interview. It's just, basically a sham interview, right, to satisfy the rule, and then they're going to hire the guy they wanted, who they ended up hiring, Liam Cohen. And I think he ended up getting a 5-year deal for about $13 million a year, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see.
I don't know the number, but it's a 5-year deal.
Yeah, he got some. Where is it? I just had
it. Deal.
You looking it up?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I believe he got a 5-year deal for $12 or $13 million a year. So obviously he got compensated more handsomely than Tampa Bay was willing to do it. But one, he basically snuck away to go and interview with the Jags. $12 million a year. Thank you. But what he didn't do was let Tampa Bay know. Why? Because that would have voided the deal to make him the highest paid OC there. Because remember, contingent on him getting that $4.5 million per year as an offensive coordinator, don't go back and interview again with Jacksonville. So he's like, man, look, I'm going to keep this deal on the table, but I'm going to sneak up there, interview with the Jags again. And then also the Jags are saying, don't tell anybody.
Turn that phone off.
Right?
Turn that phone off.
The Jags are telling everybody, hey, telling him, don't tell anybody, because we still need to interview Patrick Graham to satisfy the Rooney Rule. That was foul.
Yeah.
That was foul. So at the end of the day, they end up hiring this guy. And did you hear the stuff about when they were trying to get a hold of him and they couldn't get a hold of him? Allegedly, it was said that he had a sick kid and that's why he was kind of out of the loop. Like, you gotta be kidding me. So now you
turn that phone off.
Didn't
answer the phone. That from what I hear from Jacksonville insiders here, they wouldn't let that man leave the building.
Right.
They told that man, don't even look at your phone.
Don't do it.
Like, we got this deal right here. We got this money right here. Don't answer the phone.
Don't do it.
Because we want you here. We're gonna make you a head coach, pay you $12 million
a year
for 5 years.
Right. Yeah. And listen, that's fine that they wanted the guy that they wanted, but that's foul that they went through all these little machinations and whatnot.
Yeah, that's not.
That was dirty.
That's not cool.
Yeah, you cheated the Rooney Rule. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you basically had him in a position where he was holding the Bucks hostage. Like, that's not cool at all. And the Bucks try to do right by him. I don't like that at all, man. That's not a good look. But we see what we see. Yeah. Paul Gaines, what's good? Click the like and subscribe. Haven't seen you in here before. What's the no? What are you talking about, Paul? Let me hear that. What's the no?
But yeah, maybe I don't know. But
I don't
did
know.
they
It
do
just says
something?
NO. I don't know.
New Orleans still don't got a head coach.
No, they do
My
not.
knowledge, no.
Laker Nation, it is business, bro, but it's foul. Number one, that you basically cheated in terms of the Rooney Rule when you know you didn't want to hire this guy. And so you basically conducted a sham interview, and now it's out there. We all know. I hope the NFL finds them heavily. I really do, because that was dirty. But we understand that it's a bit. Laker Nation, I get it. Business has never been moral, and that's not what I'm saying. But it's still foul. It's still foul. So I hope the NFL comes down with the hammer on these guys, finds them heavily. But Liam Cohen is the new head coach, regardless of any of that, of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we are going to see if he can finally get Trevor Lawrence, who I am on wax as saying I believe he's overrated. I've been saying it since he came out of college, but I'm on wax saying that, and we'll see if he can finally get the max potential out of Trevor Lawrence. Who knows?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
What he did for Baker, I mean, and that was with injuries. They lost Chris Godwin, lost Mike Evans for a little bit of the season. So, and he still made it to
Like a
where
third of the
Baker was
season.
competitive, made it to the playoffs, and all of that. So I think, Liam can come in, and I'm curious on who the new GM is going to be, because now you're going to, hey, Liam Cohen's probably have to sign off on it. Hey, he's bringing in the talent. Cool. We finna mimic everything that I did because he comes from the Shanahan tree.
McVay.
Yeah. No, Shanahan.
Well, McVay, which is part of the Shanahan tree.
Yes.
So
Shanahan, McVay, that whole family. So he comes from that tree. So as we've seen, them boys can produce good coaches.
Yeah.
Their coaches offensively take a step forward for every franchise that they go to. So I'm definitely curious to see, what Liam Cohen does for Jacksonville. So I can go ahead and get my season tickets early. That way I don't have to worry about the rush later.
Nah.
Because I like going to the games. Not that I'm a Jaguar fan. But yeah.
What's going on, man? Have you been here before? I don't know if you've been here before, but if you haven't, man, click that like and subscribe. And if you enjoy the content, man, make sure you share it out with other people you know, and go back and watch the full replay of this, man. It's a pretty cool episode today. Laker Nation says they undercut the competition. Salute to the Jags. You can feel that way, bro, but what they did with the Rooney Rule, giving that brother a sham interview, not cool at all. Giving that dude a sham interview knowing you had no interest in hiring him. That's not how you should be moving, man. I get it. Business is not moral, but that's terrible. That's flat out disingenuous, man. Nah, we don't do that. That's terrible. Let's see. I don't know if we're gonna make it another half hour, Steve. We'll see what we got. We might take some calls. Well, we will take some calls. All right, so we're done with Jacksonville now. So we got Pete Carroll in Vegas. Now we have Liam Cohen in Jacksonville.
Yep.
So you want to go on down to Big D? Pause. That was terrible. Let's go and discuss the new coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Just go ahead, man.
Right. Brian Schottenheimer. And he was their OC. Oh, he was their OC for the last few years. Dak Prescott had second team All-Pro under him last year as his OC. Here's the problem with this. This is why this is not a good hire. To me, it's not a good hire. For one, Jerry Jones don't really want to win. He really doesn't. That's all there is to it.
Yes, man.
Right. Thank you. He always talks about how much he wants to win. What he really wants is a puppet. He wants somebody he can pull the strings on, somebody he can dictate who their staff is, because we heard part of this is that he wants Jason Witten on any staff of on the staff of any coach that he hires. So he wants Jason Witten on the staff. He was saying he wanted Coach Prime. He don't want Coach Prime because he doesn't want anybody that's going to take attention from him. We know that that's what he's all about, is the attention. And he doesn't want any coach that's going to take attention from him. And so, he wants Jason Witten on the staff. He wants a guy he can control. So here's the other thing, right? When we see offensive coordinators get promoted to head coaches, what do they always talk about? Did they call plays? Did they call plays? At least that's what they say when the OC is black, right? That's a big one, right? And look, I'm not the guy who plays the race piece, but if we're honest, the standards are different for us and for others, right? That's just what it is. We see it all the time.
Leftwich. Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. So anyway, so what is it? He didn't call the plays. Mike McCarthy called the plays. We know that. So how is he getting the job? How's he getting the job as a head coach? Why? Because Jerry Jones could, again, pull his strings like a puppet master. Thank you. Should we call him Geppetto Jones?
Geppetto Jones.
Geppetto Jones.
This is absolutely what that is. The moment I saw that hire, I texted you immediately. I said, got his yes man. He got his yes man. He wanted a yes man.
That's right.
I was so tired of this Deion Sanders conversation. Nobody in their right mind knew that was going to happen.
No. We talked about that. No.
Deion ain't no yes man.
Nope.
He's the man.
Jerry's going to run it. Deion is going to run it how he wants to run it, and he's going to deal with the results. Either you win or you lose. But Jerry don't want that. Jerry wants all the credit. He wants all the attention. Think about this, right? Now, remember, I'm a dude that I've covered the NFL before, right? And I will tell you, after these games, bro, unless somebody does something insane, most of these people, guess where they are? Guess where the reporters are? They're looking for Jerry. They're not looking for the coach. They're not looking for the players. They're looking for Jerry because they know he's going to say something crazy.
I'm about to get some clicks.
Yes, Jerry has his own scrum with the reporters all around him. Now, do you go into the locker room, try to get some stuff? Yeah. Do you go into the post game, try to get some stuff? Yeah. But really, you're waiting for Jerry to say something. And that's how he wants it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Everything got to revolve around him, and it's just going to be more losing. According to Facebook, to Dallas Cowboys social media platform, they lost quite a few fans when they saw this hire, including my little brother, man. Shout out John. He turned in his ticket. He turned like, hey, look, I can't be a fan. They're tired of losing. Jerry don't care about winning.
No, he cares about the show.
He cares about the dollars.
Cares about the show. Unfortunately, and I don't want to. Your girl Jeannie Buss is heading that way too.
She is.
She's not as bad. She's not as bad, but she's heading that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to football. I wasn't trying to take a shot at the Lakers. I was just making a comparison across sports. But yeah, man, Jerry is like, I don't even understand what he thinks this is going to be. And I'm not saying Brian Schottenheimer might not be a good coach. I'm not saying that.
What has he proven to get the job? What has he done to get the job?
Well, I think 3 years in Seattle, he had top 10 offenses, but he's also had some bad offenses in other places. So it's like,
because like offensively, what were they last year?
I don't. Well, they were bad. Big Dak was hurt most of the year, and they didn't have
before he got hurt.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I've never seen a coach get a head coaching job after an awful season. Never seen it.
That's a great point. I didn't even think about it that way.
That season was awful.
Right,
the worst season in the last 10 years.
Should have got rid of that whole staff. You're right.
You fired Mike McCarthy, okay? Well, I'm not gonna say fire. His contract expired, so you let him walk. You let Mike McCarthy walk.
Right.
And you hired an OC who did what with what? What was there to shine about? What did you see offensively last year to where you were like, that's something? I didn't see nothing.
You know what?
Didn't have a run game.
Maybe one thing. No, the running back they found, the new guy, he got 1,000 yards. I cannot remember his name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. And he came out of nowhere. Nobody expected that.
I don't remember his dang name.
Dallas Cowboys roster.
Because I picked him up in my fantasy league to win the championship. So, by the way, man, shout out to those who won their fantasy football leagues, man. I won.
You one of those guys?
Yeah, just another ring. You know what I'm saying? Another ring.
Rico Dowdle, that's his name.
Rico Dowdle. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he got 1,000 yards. So maybe if he's the guy the whole time or the whole off season, and they rebuild the O-line a little bit, maybe he could be good. I don't know. Jerry likes to have homegrown guys so he can say that he found those guys. You know what I mean? So whatever.
Sure.
But
Geppetto Jones.
Geppetto Jones.
I said this to I was at the gym the other day, and one of my old heads, he's my partners, he's a older guy. He's a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Okay.
I looked at him, I said, bro, y'all ain't gonna win until Jerry Jones out of there. My man replied and said, we ain't gonna win until Jerry Jones is in the ground.
I've heard
until
that.
Jerry Jones is gone.
And you never want to wish that. But
you don't wish it, but he's lived a long, great life. So it's not like he's wishing death too soon. Or he's not wishing death, but he's like saying, like, until Jerry Jones is no longer able to utter a word or a sentence or write or talk, do anything,
Mm-hmm.
we're not gonna win anything.
No, that's
He's
a
like,
fact.
so I'm just gonna be a fan. I'm just gonna wait for the other side because
Mm-hmm.
until he's out of there, because even if he steps down as owner, he's gonna have his hands in it. You can't get the cameras out of his face. If he gives to his son, guess what? Cameras are still gonna come to Jerry's face.
Mm-hmm.
It's still gonna be there.
Yeah.
Right? Jerry is Jerry.
Yeah.
It's Jerry's world for a reason.
Right. That's a great point. The only thing he could do is literally say, listen, he could cancel his radio hits. He could say, I'm not doing any interviews unless we make it to the NFC title game. For the whole year, I'm just going to sit back.
Just shut
I'm
up.
let my coaches coach. I'm going to let my players play. Don't look for me. But he can't. He's got to have it. It's like a drug for him. He's got to have that attention.
Because the thing about it is when you hear the conversation, what they're asking Jerry, it's like they're talking to the coach. Like, what do you think that the team should be going? And Jerry responds like, well, my team, we should definitely look into, getting the receivers a little bit more. And then CD, we got to get CD the ball a little bit more. Like that. No, that's Mike McCarthy. Mike, you say that. Because Mike McCarthy comes around, he says something completely different. So obviously the coach and the owner on two separate pages. Jerry, why are you talking? You're not
because
the coach.
He believes he's a football guy. And again, he loves the attention. He loves it. Think about it. There's a couple of things that he could do to make this better, right? What could he do? Hire a real GM and let the GM run the team. He could do that, but he's not going to do that. He could stay out of the way. He can stay out of the cameras.
The best talent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody picks him like Jerry is what he said.
That's right. Right.
Who does it better than me?
That's what he said.
Is what he said.
If there was a guy that could do this better than me, I don't believe anybody can do this job better than I can.
27 years. A lot of people have done it better than you, Jerry.
Correct.
27.
But that just goes to show he's lying when he says he cares about winning, because he doesn't. Or he would make the moves that would allow that winning to happen and have success. But he, doesn't care. So why should we, right?
No,
only reason we do is because the Cowboys are a big story. That's why. Other than that, nah, not really.
Like,
all right,
America's team, boy. America's team. That's funny.
So be it. What was the last coach we wanted to address before we get out of here?
We knew what was happening, but Mike Vrabel to the Patriots.
Yeah, that was another tough situation, because there's another situation where a brother got screwed, and that was Gerard Mayo, because you literally had it in his contract. He was the coach in waiting. He's been waiting for 5 years. He's been with your organization since he played with you. So he's been there. He's done his due diligence. He's done his time. Again, a situation where he's a lame duck coach without a lot to work with.
1 year.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
1 year.
Lame duck coach without a lot to work with. He gets in there, doesn't have a great season, but there are a few bright spots, right? The defense was decent. You have Drake May, who looks like he could be something if you support the guy, right?
Yep.
And they get him up out of there. So in his announcement, Robert Kraft says, he doesn't believe Gerard Mayo was ready. So he's been waiting for 5 years. You give him the job, and then he's not ready. So when was he going to be ready?
No.
When was he going to be ready? I don't
know.
No. Okay, I thought it was just me.
Yeah. Yeah. Some things will need to be said. You just got to understand them.
Right. But at the end of the day, they wanted Vrabel, right? Vrabel's wanted their own. They wanted him as the head coach, and they were going to do what it took to get him, right? And they did that.
Did Mayo stay on the staff?
Say again?
Did Mayo stay?
I can't imagine he did. Knowing he got jerked, why would he? Try to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
but you know who they brought back? Josh McDaniels as the OC. Which I'm not terribly upset with that, because he's proven
he was a great OC with them.
Yes, with this organization, absolutely. He knows this organization. He's had success there. I think it's going to be very good for Drake May, providing they get the guy some damn weapons, right?
Definitely got to draft a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely got to get some receivers over there. I couldn't name you one receiver that they had. They're like I barely named the running back, and that's because he's a Bama boy.
No, the only one I remember is Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, Bama.
He's Bama?
Yeah, it's a Bama boy.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, he played with Mac Jones. I think he was there
You sure?
when Mac Jones. Yeah,
Oh, I don't think so.
Vontae Stevenson.
Huh.
Yeah, I'll say that was it. He was part of
I
Mac
could be
Jones' team.
wrong, but I don't think so. Let's see. But yeah, the point is, regardless of any of that, Gerard Mayo simply did not get a fair shot, man. They did the guy dirty. And no, Oklahoma. He went to Oklahoma.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell am I thinking about? Was what Mac Jones? Who's his running back?
Tell you in a minute. Patriots roster. Yeah, but the point is, while we do that, is that Gerard Mayo is another one who just didn't get a fair shot, man. And it's tough because I see both sides of it, right? If I'm an owner, I'll be damned if you're going to tell me who I can hire and who I can't fire, right? This is my team. I'm paying for it. And not just with football, with anything, right? You're going to tell me how I can run my thing and within reason, of course. But I don't know. I think it's I don't know. It's just bad, man. And we see this all over the NFL. But
Najee Harris, Jesus, Brian Robinson.
That's yeah. Okay, Najee Harris, but he's in Washington.
There you go.
No, he's in Pittsburgh. Sorry.
Yeah, Najee is in Pittsburgh.
Okay, but yeah, so it's tough. But Vrabel is the guy they wanted, and let's see if he can turn it around. Here's the problem, though. We'll never again see what we saw with Belichick and Brady. That was, and I know that what's my guy's name? Mr. Kraft, he's used to winning at an extremely high level. That's not going to happen, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to get back to that. Now, I guess if you get some home playoff games and make some money off of that and you're in contention, all right, cool. But if you're talking about returning to winning at this high level, that is not going to happen. I said he's a Steeler. I said it. I ain't disrespect. I said he's a Steeler. But damn. But yeah, if you ever hope or believe that you're going to get back to playing at that level, it's just not going to happen. It's just not. You have anything else to add before we open up these phone lines and then get up out of here?
I don't.
Went a little longer than expected. What happened?
Oh man, laughing at y'all, man. Y'all are funny.
Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Say,
All right,
man,
y'all.
you know Pittsburgh. You know who you goddamn Steelers. What you doing?
Let's go ahead and open up these phone lines, y'all. You know the number 904-219-8264. Go ahead, give us your last calls with your last thoughts of the day for this episode, and then after that, we'll get out of here and everybody can go enjoy some conference championship games. And as we get closer and closer to the finale of the 2024 NFL season,
it's been a long time coming.
All right, let's get this. Laker Nation, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up? I'm gonna keep this in short and street, sweet and straight to the point. Can we stop doing this, Bruce?
What's that, man?
Man, we know why the Rooney Rule came into effect because we were complaining that black people weren't getting a fair shot in the league while getting coaching jobs, and now that they're made an avenue for them. Let's not complain because, they interviewed a couple of our people and they didn't get the job or they weren't going to get the job, but they're following the rules of the league.
No, but that's not it, Laker Nation. This is not the first time we're seeing people do slick stuff to try and circumvent the Rooney Rule.
But we got to stop doing this, man. We got to stop doing it.
Laker Nation, I hear you, but we know that there are situations. I hear you, but trust me, I hear you, but we know for a fact that there's sham interviews that go on in most of these franchises just to satisfy the rule, but not because they already have the people in mind that they want to hire. Go ahead.
Bruce, there's sham interviews going everywhere. Remember when affirmative action was a big deal?
Yeah, that doesn't make it right.
We were getting sham interviews since then until they abolished it.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't make it right, but they're following the rules of their business. We can feel how we feel, but they're following the rules. Okay, but in this case, like we were talking about earlier with Jacksonville, they weren't, right? Because they already knew, we're going to hire Liam Cohen. So if they were following the rules, why do they have to tell him, keep it quiet, don't tell anybody you're coming for this second interview? That means you're doing something shady. I take it as it's a sport. they stigma to their competition. They knew the guys they wanted. They wanted to snatch him up before he went back to Tampa because they, like you said, they gave him a lucrative deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they pretty much did the same thing the colleges do when they're trying to get a top recruit and not let them go to their rival.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same thing.
Nah, man, I think we're gonna agree to disagree on this one.
Man, because you putting life and how our emotional attachment to our people.
No, trust me. I'm not that guy, Laker Nation. Trust me.
Of competition.
Trust me.
Teams do this to each other every year, all the time. They trying to. Everybody wants to beat everybody, and they want to make it to the top.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want their state rival, even though they're cross conference. You know, to stay on top. You know, they were like, okay, he did a good guy. We got Trevor Lawrence. He did that for Baker. He can probably do this for Trevor Lawrence and take us to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do what we need to do to get him. They wanted him, and they did what they had to do. Yeah, it was undercut, but sometimes in life you got to make undercut decisions to get what you want.
It's
not morality. Like I'm not disagreeing that you have a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not disagreeing it, but I'm just trying to make it try to make you understand it on a different level, on the competition level.
No, I get that part.
Sports is hard. In sports, it's hard to build a dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely difficult,
mm-hmm.
and because you only got limited position, and you have a lot of competition,
mm-hmm.
especially for the top guys.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't like. I'm also agree with you. I'm questioning the Cowboys. What the hell they're doing?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're
Everyone
just
is.
I just think I don't know what they're doing. I can't even. That's why I sent you that video yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Like that
yeah,
dude
that
is
good.
funny. You should follow his page.
Yeah,
he does parodies on all the NFC West all the time. That shit is funny. That's why I sent that to you because I was like, I don't know what the Cowboys is doing.
Right.
I don't know. Like it'd be different if they had a direction. I don't see a direction.
Oh, they have a direction.
Keep Jerry happy. Make sure Jerry's still the conversation, the topic of conversation.
That's it. That's the direction. Keep Geppetto Jones happy. Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know because that star used to mean something.
Used to.
Correct.
It used to mean something.
That's right.
It used to mean. People used to be proud to put on that uniform. Now it's like I want out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I know this is not a head coaching hire, but I think you didn't bring up let's bring up the positive too. You brought up the negative of what's happening to our people. Let's bring up the positive. You know, Robert Saleh got a shitty deal with the Jets. But you see what Kyle Shanahan did. He was like, "Man, I feel you, dog. Come back home. Just build your brand back up.
Yeah,
you'll get a better head coaching opportunity after this one is done."
Hopefully so.
I feel like that's a smart move for Robert for both sides.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's more for him to rebuild his brand back up because he took a hit down there in New York.
Yeah, agreed.
With what he had to deal with. So.
And the thing that the hit showed immediately too. It showed because when he was there, they were a top 5 defense. When he left, defense was crap. So obviously, I mean, you can see that Robert Saleh is a great DC. He's a great defensive mind. We had the pleasure of having him a little bit in Green Bay. He showed our offense ways that they can penetrate a defense and get past a lot of angles that we were looking at, and he did a great job for us. But defensively, the man is a great mind. Jets are just horrible. That was horrible. And then they ended up getting a quarterback that he couldn't get along. Like obviously he couldn't get along with. He got a diva. I think if he was to get anybody else in that situation, Robert Saleh would still be there.
Yeah, but I just think like the Jets is another organization. I don't know what direction they're going either.
No. They don't know either. They got to figure out Aaron Rodgers first.
Yep. And another thing with this Pete Carroll, that hire shocked the hell out of me because I thought he was going to retire.
Yeah, 73 years old.
Like, I'm like, the Raiders ain't going nowhere either. I mean, yeah, they did. You know, they were competitive this year. It's just at the end, you know, I think they're getting to the process of climbing back up because that's the sign of, you know, when teams are getting out of that basement, you know, they get competitive. You know, they fight in all their games, but they just can't pull them out. Pause.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just, and you know, I think they're turning in the right direction, but I just don't think they hired the right person. Like, he's not the same as he was back in the day. He's old. He's 73 now. You know,
you try to think like, you know, who relates to younger players too, like this next and up and coming generation.
But I see a pattern with coaches with tenured coaches, when they get up in age, like their decision making is not as solid as it used to be, and they're just there because of their name and track record.
I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's the case because in my estimation, right, as an older coach, you have more experience in every situation on which you can lean. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, I've seen this before. I know that if I do this in that situation, then that happens. You know what I'm saying? And I think that allows you, just having that wealth of knowledge allows you to make better decisions in crunch time. That's my perspective on that.
Yeah, I agree with you if he was like 10 years younger, but he's in his 70s now.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I'll tell you the one thing he does know, you know, if it's 2nd and 1, run the ball.
Oh, facts. He knows that.
Yeah, he do know that.
Run the ball.
He knows that. Yeah.
Well, he made that blunder once. He needs to understand, like, on the goal line, if you got a beast in the backfield, just give him the damn ball.
Give him the ball. Give Skittles the ball, okay?
You got Marshawn Lynch on the one.
Bro, I would have had a whole bag of Skittles on the sideline, like, eat up, young fella. Come on. I need you. Come on. I need you to go get that yard, baby.
There we go. You got anything else, Laker Nation?
I was gonna, you know, talk about that Melo Scotty thing earlier, but you had like 15 callers, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna do. I ain't gonna call in on that.
Okay.
But I stand with Melo on that one though. It's like, pardon my language, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no,
like, I think Scotty just needs to sit down and figure out what direction he wants to go in life and see a therapist or something instead of using the media as his way to get out his frustration because it's not making him look good.
Nope, not at all.
I think there's a lot of pain and I see a man with a lot of pain.
Why does he have a lot of pain though? Real talk. He's a top 50 player all time. He's a top 75, top 50 player all time. He made plenty of money. He may have lost some in the divorce, whatever, but he still made plenty of money. People regard him highly as a basketball player. Like, what pain? I don't understand this.
Jordan broke him. His wife broke him even further.
Everything, Bruce. Because a person.
Trust me, I know.
A lot of money. Man, you don't. I think psychology in college. At my alma mater, USC, go Trojans. I'm gonna get that plug in there.
Okay.
But I see a man that's emotionally scarred and broken. Started with The Last Dance. You know, we all know The Last Dance was about Jordan.
Right.
He couldn't take it. He thought he should have got more. He should have got more love during The Last Dance than Jordan did. I think that was the case. How he handled it, instead of handling one-on-one with Jordan, he goes on the media and tries to twist the narrative and say like Jordan wasn't. We all know Jordan isn't the most polite person to
right.
You ain't gonna invite him to the family cookout.
Right.
because you might end up having to punch him in the face, or unless you want to just play some cards or something. But we all know he's not. But that I don't need to digress on that. We all know the angle that went, and then go to Australia and make that tour, and then bring a couple of your teammates with you to take shots at them, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, we know what we're doing. I just, and Jordan has never said anything bad about him ever. I have not heard. I have never heard, and I've been doing my research. I've been trying to find at least one clip where he said something bad about Scotty, and I cannot find it.
He never did. But for some people, that's just not enough. So, it is what it is.
But now, as Transformer said earlier, now it's first. Now it's okay. I'm acknowledging what we did together, but we ain't never talking. We ain't never talking. We ain't never gonna talk anymore. I got my 6 chips. I feel like I think you should have worded like I feel like I'm one of the greatest of all time instead of saying I'm the GOAT. That's how I feel like he should have done it, because I think that's the first time in a while that he actually spoke truthful about how he really feels.
And that's fine, but again, he whatever, man.
I really feel like when he did that interview, I can't think of his name, but I think some points in there, like I took psychology, so I kind of know how to digest things. But I feel like when he made that comments like that, I feel like he finally told the truth about how he really feels. Like you gotta look at the emotional tones in his body language and all that when he's being truthful.
Yeah.
And then when he's just saying stuff for clicks to sell his book. But when he said that he feel like he's better than Braun because he didn't chase his rings, that's how he really feels.
No, well, listen, I agree with that part. But whatever, man. Michael Alvaron was good.
That's how he feels. But I think he just needs. I think he needs therapy, and he's taking it out the wrong way. He's getting the therapy out on the media, and he needs to just sit behind closed doors with somebody and just get all that out and get his mental health correct right and just go on about his life, man.
Yeah.
Because he looks ridiculous. He's a 50, 60-year-old man and acting like a mad 21-year-old who got kicked out of college for something he felt like he didn't do.
That sounds about right.
Look at.
That is pretty accurate.
But that's all I got to say about that one. Great show. I got to say it was going to be quick, but I got a little bit long-winded. But,
all good.
But you got your pass, Bruce, but now all the gloves are off. Going forward.
All right, brother.
You keep taking subtle shots at my team, so now the gloves are off. You're my boy and all, but the gloves are off now, bro.
No doubt.
I can't keep using that video I keep using the video as a saving grace, but I can't keep letting you take subtle shots at me.
Nah, man, not at all. Not at all.
From here and there after that, man. That's off, bro.
It's all good, man.
Defend myself now.
It's all good. We love it, man. It's the beauty of competition and sports talk, man. It's all good.
Man, all
right, brother. Thank you for the call, man. Appreciate it.
All right, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna say go Commanders and Chiefs today.
Oh no, I think I got the Bills and the Eagles. That's funny. All right, well, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, we know. We always on the opposite side, man. Because you a Celtic, I'm a Laker. We supposed to clash.
Yeah, it does work out that way.
Hey, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Always.
We'll have something to talk about during the day, man. When Jaden Daniels hits that game-winning touchdown, it's gonna be Bruce's Nightmare Week Part 2.
Not as bad, but if he gets them both wrong, then yeah, it's gonna be bad.
That would suck.
And we already know what's gonna happen in the Chiefs game. We want the Bills to win, but come on, Bruce, we already know what's gonna happen.
I don't know. I just think it's time, man. I do. But we'll find out.
We'll find out in 2 hours.
He gonna do it. His run out of bounds, and somebody's gonna clean his clock. It's gonna be a 15-yard penalty. It's gonna change the game. We know.
Well, we gotta wait and see, man. That's why they play the games, right?
Yeah, but we know.
All right. Well, there you go. All right,
I'm gonna
Laker
be the first
Nation.
one. I'm gonna be the first one to call you like we do on the show. I'm like, hey, Bruce, I told you.
All right. Well,
Actually, you'll be the second.
you, Bruce.
Go ahead.
man, shut up, man.
You be the second.
All right, Laker Nation. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you, brother.
Sorry, Steve. They're kicking me off the phone now, Steve. I can't hold it up too much longer. I can't hold it up too much longer.
We got to get ready to watch these games, man.
Yeah, man.
The boss said time to go, Steve. So I'm sorry, man. I tried. I love you guys, man. Keep up, man. Great shows. I want to see it continue to grow.
No doubt, man.
Appreciate you.
Let's have a good Sunday.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You too. We'll talk.
All right, one.
All right, man. Great call, Laker Nation, as always, man.
Lakers.
Laker Nation.
Don't be hating. We right here, baby. 21-point blowout victory against the Boston Celtics. Can't say nothing for 2 months. Well, a month and a half. I'll give you a month and a half. You got about a month and a half. Can't say nothing. I can hear it from everybody else, but I ain't hearing it from no Celtic fan. Just like Army can't say shit to me for like a year because we don't play y'all. It's been a whole. My bad. Anybody else want to call in? You know what? Hey guys, we appreciate you guys for tuning in the show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tune in to more content. Be mindful that this is a show for Bruce. Give him a shout out, give him a shoulder. Just type shoulder right there in the comments. If you want to become a member, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It supports us, helps us build and grow and show you guys more and more content. What else? Am I missing something? I'm trying to hurry up and end this. That way,
I think you got it all, man. I think you got it all, man. We appreciate you all, man. Thank you so much. We really do.
Yes, we did the pick 'em, Eddie. We did the pick 'em. He has Bills and Eagles. I have Chiefs and Eagles, I believe. Yeah. Because I said the rookie Flair is going to run out. This may be where it runs out. Maybe where it runs its course. But it all depends on how Jalen. I'm reading update. Jalen Hurts is. I think their center is out too. Their center may not play, so that's going to be huge. If you down your center and you hurt, that might be a problem. That might be a problem. But I'm expecting some good games, man. Y'all go enjoy some football. Again, hit that like button before you guys leave, before you guys exit this video, man. We love you guys. We appreciate the support. And that's about it. Bruce, you got anything?
No, man. No, you did great. And we're going to leave it right here. And we out.
Peace.